Hey guys, it's the solo ghostwriter and I'm back with another video. This is going to be an outreach video, guys, and was planning on trying to fit everything on one video, but just in terms of the time frames that I have, just due to work, all that sort of stuff, it's just very hard for me to just fit everything on one video. So I am going to break this series, this outreach series, into probably a two-part or a three-part series, depending how much I'm accumulating in terms of the content. Like, there's actually a lot, and it's just a lot to explain right now in one video, so I'm going to break it up. This first video is going to be more as like a warm intro into it. I'm not going to go like super in-depth and technical. I'm just going to give you like kind of like a blueprint, if it's a easier word to put, right? So I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to what outreaching is, what different types of outreaching there is, how to find, your leads and all that sort of stuff, right? And then in the following video, I'm actually going to showcase you guys, like give you like real, examples of how I do it. I'm going to be trying to record everything on my computer screen, and then so that way you guys can see how I outreach, how I find leads, and how you want to build a list of those leads, right? But like I said, this video is going to be a warm intro into all that, kind of just giving you basically a skim over of what I'm going to be covering, not only in this one but also in the next couple videos, right? So like I said, guys, this one's going to be outreaching. I did mention in my last video I was going to be covering outreaching, and I also did actually get a couple of comments that you guys would love to see an outreach video. So like I said, this is the video. If this is what you want to see, this is going to be for you. So like where I left off, guys, yesterday was, or not yesterday, but in the previous video, right, was picking your niche. And the only reason I said picking your niche is important was because when you're picking your niche, that is going to give you a better frame of how to follow, how to narrow down the type of people that you want to outreach with. Because if you're just doing everything and you're just outreaching different people, you're just basically going to get no one. Like, you're just chasing everything, and that's just a recipe for disaster, to be honest. I did it myself in the beginning, and I did do it again probably like 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, and it just was very exhausting. It caused burnout, right? And just doing outreach, guys, like, even if you're in a niche, you're going to experience burnout. I'm sorry, like, it's very hard. Probably the hardest part about ghostwriting as of now. But guys, like I said, this is what's going to get you clients. And to just get straight into the point, guys, I'm going to be covering 3 different types of outreach. And the first one I'm going to be covering is actually going to be warm outreaching. And for those who do not know what warm outreaching is, it's basically outreaching people who you already know, or maybe you knew them in high school or college, or through work, right? And these are people who are going to be like the types of leads that you want to aim for first. And PGA makes a big they make a big lesson over this, and actually in the curriculum, pushing you to do warm outreaching first. And basically, before I even jump deeper, right, is the question is, well, okay, if I'm going to be doing warm outreach, well, who in particular am I going to be aiming for, right? And what I learned in PGA was you want to aim for CEO, founders, startup founders. Those are the types of people that you want to be aiming for to outreach to, because basically in PGA, just to get straight to the point, right, the nitty gritty, their perspective is you want to aim for people who have money, who are able to spend, who are able to afford your service, right? And if you're aiming for people who don't have that amount, or, well, it's going to be hard to get a client, right? So it's a high ticket offer, and these are particularly for people who do want to take their company, their business to the next level, and they are the ones that are going to want to spend. And that's what PGA throughout the whole course remind you, that you want to be aiming for these people. These are the people you want to be outreaching. And it's hard to to comprehend this in the beginning, but now as time goes, right, and the more repetition you put in, the more you actually start to see why they mention this and why this is a big factor, right? So those are the types of people you want to uh, what's it called, outreach to, and particularly in your niche, right? Every niche is going to have a founder, every niche is going to have a CEO, and those are people that you're going to aim for in your niche, right? So, like I said, guys, and to find these people, the best platforms I would say to outreach to find these CEOs and all, etc., is through X and even LinkedIn, right? I think those two are, in particularly for me, in my opinion, the best to outreach to find your leads. I would say even here on YouTube, right? If you know a couple creators that you would love to work with, hit them up on X, on alternative platforms, and that way hopefully they open it, and maybe that can open a door for you. So you can use YouTube, you can use Instagram, and hope that they have like a Twitter or a LinkedIn, right, and message them through on there. I know a big tip that I've learned, actually, that I learned in PGA, right, was that say if a creator that you know has like 400,000 or 500,000 followers, but on, let's say and let's say that's on YouTube, right? And then if you go on their like X, they have like 1,000, or who knows, let's say 50,000, right, followers. They're more likely to respond to you on the platform that they have least amount of followers, because they're in PGA's eyes, that's the platform that they're trying to grow, right? That they're trying to get up to par with their other platforms that they have a higher follower account. So that is a tip just for you guys, in case you guys are wondering what's the best way to outreach and get a response from the creator that you want to work with. But like I said, guys, warm outreach is basically what you want to do first. PGA pushes it a lot, and honestly, I don't. I'm not against that, because like I said, it's easier to outreach people that you already know, or if you met throughout in the past, right? They know already about you. They know what you are, how you're like, your personality. It's just an easier way to sell. But I would say, guys, that not everyone has the luxury of knowing someone who is a CEO, who is a founder, right? I know for me, in my instance, I have known a couple of people, right? But they've just don't have the money for it, or they don't want to make that investment, or they just I don't know, they just don't want to do it. And I've outreached a couple of people, and they've just never responded. And unfortunately, you still follow up with these people, right, to try to push them into responding, right? But things don't always go as planned. So in terms of me, I've exhausted my warm outreach, but that resorts to the second outreach that I am going to cover. But like I said, before I do jump into that second outreach path, right? Warm outreach, if you know someone, it's going to be an easier way, guys. I would push that too, as I know PGA pushes it. So I'm with that. I second that. So if you know someone, definitely do that. Outreach to them, offer them a service and a package deal of how you can take their business to the next level, in terms of building content, or getting more leads or customers for their businesses. So definitely exhaust that first. And if you cannot find or get a client, right, through warm outreach, I would say the next thing, which is what I do, is cold outreach. And if cold outreach, in case you guys don't know, it's basically you're outreaching to people who basically you don't know, you don't know them, and they don't know you, but you've done some research on them, and you think that you can actually better their business. So those are the people that you want to aim for, those CEO, right, those founders, those creators. So those are the people that you want to aim for, and that is considered code outreach. So now after that, guys, what I do with code outreach, like I said, I use X and I use LinkedIn in particular. Right now I'm a little bit more heavy on LinkedIn. I've just had a little bit more success in terms of response rates, right? But particularly what you want to do in the code outreaching world is you want to study, or find people that are CEOs, who are founders, who are creators. And then after that, you want to build a list of those, right? Right now, from what I've seen in a couple of the lessons right now with PGA, they're really saying that if you're going to do cold outreach and you want to, and even warm outreach, right? You want to do 100 outreach messages, or not messages, but outreach to 100 people every month. And I know that sounds insane, but their mentality is the more the better. And it's true, right? The more reps you do in, the more success you can get, and the more you're at it, right, you're bound to get a client. But like I said, guys, for me, that's burnouts. If you have that time to do 100 a month, then do it. For me, I'm trying to keep it like around 50, just to keep my insanity, or not insanity, but like just for me to keep myself, calm, not stressed, and all that sort of stuff. So you can pace it, like you can do 5 a day, right, or something like that. Break that up, but that's what PGA really pushes, is to do 100 outreach to people, different people in that in your niche, a month. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind, and that's what outreaching is, guys. Now the next one that I would say, the third path of outreaching, is public outreach, where you create a post on your social media about a creator, about a founder, or a CEO, right? And you know a bit about them, and you've seen them grow, right? And if you make an outreach, just everything that they do, and if they like it, if it gets views, it just creates, they start to, who knows, that creator is going to see it and read it, and is going to be like, oh, I like this guy, what his content. It's just an easier sell. Like, those are the possibilities with public outreach. The only thing is, I can't go too much in depth since I haven't done that myself, but I have seen actually a couple people do public outreach. And like I said, I'll mention that in the video, but in the next one, of course. But I have seen it and it's worked actually, so it's a big surprise. I don't know too much about that realm, but in the next video I'll be way more in depth. I'll tell you guys. I'll know more about it, is basically it. But those are the three that I've seen work the most. And like I said, guys, that is, for me in particular, I do cold outreach, and I just have not really had any luck with warm outreach. And then, guys, like I said, when you're also looking for these contacts, these leads, you want to put them on a spreadsheet, something that, their name, their business, what they're about, what do you think they need, what type of service, and also create like not a template, but like kind of like well, I guess it's kind of like a template, right, of how you would want to outreach or send a message to them. But also just make sure, guys, when you do outreach and send a message to these creators, these CEOs, etc., right, you want to personalize it as well. You don't want to use AI and send like 100 outreach messages of the same message. Like, you want to personalize it to them, how you think they would respond to the personality. It all changes, right? So I would really personalize those messages. I will, like I said, in the next video, show you a good way how I personalize outreach messages. I know it sucks that you have to pretty much do it 100 times a month, but like I said, it gets easier as you do it. But like I said, guys, those are the the three ways of outreaching. And I would also add, guys, having social proof in terms of like building content for yourself, posting, engaging with other people throughout, social media, is a great way for you to build social proof. It shows that you can be trustworthy, that you're on the platforms that you're trying to grow, right? That you have an information advantage. Like, people look at that to see even that you're active, right? People see that stuff. These CEOs do see this stuff, and it does take a big part. So I will also make that into another series. Hopefully I haven't kind of been like too back and forth with everything around. Like I said, I'm just kind of going off my notes, and I do kind of run off on a tangent a bit, but do bear with me, guys. But overall, guys, those are the three different outreach paths, and I will create a more in-depth video in the part 2 series. Overall, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I think I did go longer than what I thought I would, but that, like I said, is pretty much my blueprint in terms of these videos. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you have any questions, do feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. And when I do go straight in depth about, showing my screen in terms of how I outreach, where I outreach, how I find the leads, and how I make, let's say, like my leads list, etc. If you drop those questions in this video, I will read them, put them on my notebook so I can answer them in the next video. So I will do all that, guys. So feel free. I hope you guys did enjoy this. And with that being said, guys, till next time, peace.